Medfield TV.
Hello Medfield, welcome to the newest edition of Happenings in Medfield, in this case, of course, at the Medfield Center. And our guest today is Roberta Lynch, and she will be talking about what's going on now and what's coming on in the future, and maybe a few things in the past, including one thing I know she's going to bring up. So Roberta, it's up to you. What's going on?
So I just want to say I hope everybody had a great summer. I think we had a good summer at the center. We have our last cookout this Wednesday, August 23rd, which I think will be very interesting. We have a very large, big band that will be entertaining. I'm a little concerned about all the sound of the music. It's going to be a lot. It's a 20-piece band, which is pretty huge. So I'm praying for good weather. So
Will the band be inside or outside?
So I think they're going to be inside. Okay. And I mean, I think these things through, and I'm going to probably open up all the windows so that some of the music goes out. Open up the doors to the patio, and but I think it'll be fun. I've never had them before. They're called Old Kids on the Block. So, and most of the musicians are seniors, and they do music circuit, and they have great reviews. So we will see.
That's great. That sounds like fun.
It'll be good.
They're going to play our kind of music or this modern stuff?
No, your kind of music.
Okay.
My kind of music, actually.
You're not quite that old yet.
Not that old, but I love the music.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. But one thing I want to say that is coming up, and it just dawned on me when I was writing the September newsletter, January 6th, 2018. We talked about this a minute ago. It'll be our 10 years in the building, which seems like it went by in a blink. I remember the open house like it was, yesterday, basically. With Mr. Fellini cracking the champagne bottle on the bricks out front, and all the people in the hall, and the whole committee, building committee up there, and everyone coming in to look at the building. It was just really a wonderful day. So we want to do something special on January 6, 2018. So I'm actually looking for people to become involved in planning a celebration of the 10-year anniversary. So if anyone's interested, definitely come in. There's a sign-up sheet, and let's get this thing happening and make a really great event.
What day of the week is that?
So it'll be a Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, that's
because
probably
I
good.
want it to be on the actual day that we had our open house. It just happens to be Saturday. So. And, which is even better, the floors in the hall are going to be done the week between Christmas and New Year's. So when you come into the hall on that Saturday, if that's what we do, the floors are going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's good, yeah.
As you know, my daughter-in-law Lisa was chairman of the
Yes.
committee, the building committee for the center before she was transferred to Chicago.
Yes, I remember when I pretty much first started, they were, the movement was there for the center, and
Absolutely.
I presented to her and a couple other members back then in the old FEF Center seniors room.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was a selectman at the time still.
Yeah.
But it was when Lisa and my son John moved to Chicago, I'd go down periodically during the construction period and take pictures.
Yeah.
So, and then email them to her, because she'd say, what are they doing now? What's happening there? So I'd send her
know.
pictures along, and she was so, when she came back to move back to Medfield, she couldn't wait to go see it.
Yeah,
She's very proud. It's a great spot.
She had a great event there a couple of years ago. Oh my gosh, it was something about reading.
Yep, she did.
Yes. Yep.
Raising and reading, I think. Reading it.
Yep. So that's wonderful. So that's in our future. Hard to think about January when it's only August, but you gotta think ahead. So the September newsletter is out, and we have some new programs that are starting. One is, it's not a repeat, it's Jerry's Minds in Motion will be starting up on September 13th, and it's all new information. It's a great interactive program where he actually engages you, he makes you think, you have conversation with your neighbor. It's just Minds in Motion, that's what it is. It gets your mind in motion, and So that fills up pretty quickly. So if you're interested in Jerry's course, then definitely sign up for that. I have to say I love your scarf. Change the subject from the center.
Well, thank you. It's just a sample of one of the many we're going to be selling on Medfield Day. The scarves are free on Medfield Day if you make a donation to the Cancer Society. And we encourage people to write a check to the Cancer Society when they take their scarf, because then they can get a tax write-off too. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Absolutely.
But the scarves will be available. Will be on North Street at the head of the pond, right next to the Unitarian Church. Same spot as we've had for years, and again, all the money goes to the Cancer Society.
Right.
So it's great. We have volunteers that are helping me staff the booth. So I hope people will come.
Absolutely, and Medfield Day, it's the third Saturday of September, so that would be Saturday, September 16th, right? Yep. And it runs, I think, from 9 to 3, if I remember. Is that?
The crowd, we set up at 9, but usually the crowd doesn't start coming till 10, 10:30.
Right.
And then by 3 o'clock, you can see the crowd is pretty much going down.
Yeah, that is a great day.
It is a wonderful day.
It's a wonderful day, yeah. We've done that for many, many years.
Yep. I remember when it started. It was just fun. When we started, it was very few booths at all, but now it's spread out all over the place.
Yeah, wow. So, couple of things. In terms of the center, September is National Senior Center Month. And the theme for September is Masters in Aging. So National Council on Aging encourages us to really showcase what we offer at the center. So I invite people to come in and take a look at what we have going. The week of September, September 11th, is that a Monday? Hold on a second. Yep, September 11th to the 15th. Every exercise class we have at the center will be just for you. No charge, no nothing. So we have 12 classes a week. So come in and try out every class if you want.
It's a great idea.
And just see which class is best for you. Even if you come in for half the class, try it out. See if you like the instructor, see if you like the people, see if you like the exercises. So that's just one way that we want to showcase our center. The other way is just to have you come in and speak with myself or Cheryl or Susan or Bill. And, well, Bill won't be here in September. He's going to be out for a little bit. But come in and speak to us and let us tell you about what we do and what we offer and what kind of support we can give you as you master your aging.
So, try to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. And one of the big things we have happening on Fridays in September, October is managing concerns about falls. And let me tell you, I am the one to speak to falls because I just fell last Monday walking my dog at 6:30 in the morning.
I didn't know that.
I did. My left hand, I took my brace off for this, but my left hand is so sore. Fortunately, nothing's broken, but it's going to take a while for it to heal.
Did you trip over something, or?
I'm going to be honest with you, I can't answer that. All I know is I turned to look at something, and the next thing I knew, I was on the ground. And I sat there for a while with my dog, just rubbing my dog, saying, "Oh, buddy, what did we do? What did we do?" And then I realized that I was okay. I kind of did my own body assessment to find out what was injured, and got up, continued my walk with my dog, and then by the time I got home, my left wrist and hand just kind of like ballooned out, you know. So that's the thing about falls, you know. You just don't know. I mean, you can take. When it happens, and there's really nothing you can do about it. But this course, Managing Concerns About Falls, I probably am going to sit in on it, actually, because it's important. And the older you get, the longer it takes for you to heal.
Absolutely.
And the older you get, the more serious the injuries are with your falls. So that's available. That is a free course for anyone. It's like 6 to 8 weeks, and it's Fridays from 9:30 to 11:30. There's no cost to it. You get a manual. There's a lot of interaction with the people in the class talking about, you know, what's happened to them and how to prevent it. So, and you know, the key, and I say this, and the key is really keeping up with your exercise to make your bones stronger, to make your muscles stronger, so that if you do have a fall, you don't break anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's key. Like, those exercises are so important.
Yeah, I only had one fall so far.
You're lucky.
I was still working full-time, and we were going, it was a demonstration for a house that was going to be on the market. And it had one of those raised floors, halfway down, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
So I walked in, it was bright and sunny, it was clear, there was nothing, but there was nothing to mark the fact that there was a step down.
Right.
And I went down, and as I went down, I dislocated my left hip that had just been redone. And hit my shoulder on the step going up on the other direction.
That when you broke your shoulder?
I broke this in 4 places, but that was minor compared to the hip. The hip was huge.
Yeah.
It really was a big mess.
Right.
They told us at the hospital that that's one of the worst pains you can have is dislocating a hip joint. And it wasn't fun. I had tremors and pain all down my left side for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm very careful now.
Yeah.
But there's no way I could have seen that. So we told the other real estate offices, I called them and suggested if they have any more of those with the sunken floor, that they put a rug there, something, at least when it's open house days, when all kinds of people are coming, to put something there to mark the fact that it's a step down, because in this house, the floors are shiny, it was bright and sunny.
You didn't even see it.
I couldn't see it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so I'm very aware of falls. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, but you healed up well. Just took a long time.
It did.
It took a long time, yeah, and that's the problem. So, you know, as we age, it does take longer to heal up from falls, from surgery, from even the flu or the colds.
Sure.
You know, it takes longer. It lingers. So, yeah. Enough on falls, but that course is available to anyone interested. I think we can take about 20 people, so definitely come in, sign up, and let me tell you when it starts. It starts beginning Friday, September 15th at 9:30. Okay.
It sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so. I do. So we've lost a couple of our art instructors over the last 2.5 years. So I spoke with Medfield resident Tom Sweeney, who does fabulous watercolor work, and we have a lot of his work on display at the center. But he's going to hold a watercolor art class beginning September 13th. That's a Wednesday, 9:30 to 11:30. And if you want to learn to paint with watercolors, definitely come on in. All the supplies will be provided. There's a small cost associated with it just to cover those supplies, and it'll be 6 classes. So we're hoping that, I'm hoping that we get a good turnout for Tom, because he comes in every Wednesday afternoon while Judy's knitting, and he sits at the table, and he really does great work. It's really nice. So I actually have he did one of the center for me, which is on my bookshelf that I'm going to take and have framed, because I think the building's beautiful, so to have a picture of it in my office is wonderful. So
I've always heard that watercolors are the hardest art form.
could be. I mean,
Because you can't make a mistake. With oil paint, you can go over it.
Yeah, you can go right over it.
But on
right.
watercolor,
Right, yeah. So anyhow, that's available to people, so definitely come in and sign up. You know, we have those clipboards right outside in the lobby. You just sign up, and sometimes you have to pay when you sign up for different functions, just so we, you know, have people make a commitment. But, yep, just come in and sign up. So now August 23rd is our last cookout. But now we start in September, we start our supper clubs.
Okay.
So we always have some, you know, we like to eat at the senior center. So
when's the first supper club in September?
first supper club is Wednesday, September 13th.
Okay.
Yep, 5 o'clock, and we're going to make our famous pasta sauce and pasta and meatballs and sausages. And then following supper, I have a gentleman coming in. Brian Sylvan is going to come in and give a presentation on Red Sox history.
Oh, that will be fun.
So that'll be fun, and you know the Red Sox are doing so well that it will be great to hear
yeah.
about the history and so forth.
Absolutely.
So our supper clubs are $6, and and you've been to the supper clubs. They're fun. You get out, you have supper, you're with people. It's good.
I'm always surprised at I always think I know so many people, but then I often go to the supper club and I see people I've never met before, and it's great.
It is good.
So I like to sit down with people that I haven't met
Yep.
and meet somebody new. I think it's wonderful.
Yep, I actually have a good picture of you. Well, it's a little dark. I didn't realize it, but at one of our cookouts, and you're sitting with John Black.
Okay.
Yourself, and then Steve Silconis.
Okay.
And Bill Ring, another new guy.
Yep.
So just kind of nice, like you say. I mean, a couple of those are new, you know, been in Medfield maybe a long time, but new to the center,
Right.
or new to Medfield, new to the center. So you're right, it's a great way to meet people.
It's fun.
It's good. So, all right, so another thing that happens as we get older is sometimes we don't hear as well. And so Susan, who has a history in, has a background in hearing problems, she is now running and has been running a low hearing support group, which will be meeting on Thursday, September 28th at 10 a.m. And so it's for people who are experiencing, who think they're experiencing a hearing loss, and there's a screening there for people, and just a conversation about things that you can do to kind of make it a little better so you can hear better. So that's a good thing that we have.
Good.
And then we have our low vision group that meets on the second Tuesday of the month. And for people who maybe, that's another one of the things that we lose as we age, our hearing, sometimes we lose some of our vision. And so Cheryl LaValle facilitates that support group, and that's really a good one. That's a very dedicated group of people that come monthly to that low vision group, so that's great to give little tips to help people with tips and tools to help with vision.
Yeah, I'm a member of that group, as you know, and Cheryl does a wonderful job.
She does.
There are only three or four of us that are legally blind, but almost everybody has some kind of a vision problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are many different kinds out there, unfortunately, as we get older. So.
Yep. So it's good to learn about them, and it's good to learn how other people have adapted to the changes that they have with their vision. So yeah, it's good. And then we have a caregiver support group on the last Thursday of the month, which is so important because oftentimes you are living with your spouse or with someone, or you have a neighbor, and you don't realize it, but all of a sudden you become this person's caregiver. You just kind of slowly, gradually fall into that role. And being a caregiver has its challenges and a lot of emotions with it. And so the caregiver support group is a great way to kind of deal with some of those things that you're feeling and to help with the person you're caring for. So a lot of good things at the center.
I think the other group that needs help, and I'm well aware that you guys have the group on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You call them the club.
The club.
And to me, that's wonderful because it gives the caretaker a chance to get away and to go someplace, can go shopping by herself or himself and do things. But I think it's a wonderful service, wonderful service.
I think it's wonderful too. And I will say that I just, trying to get my hand back into nursing, I just started a part-time job at...
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Yep, just this past weekend. Every other weekend I'll be at the Village of Willows Crossing. It's an assisted living facility in Mansfield.
Okay, don't know that one.
And so I'm in the memory care unit. And I have to say that after being there Saturday and Sunday, so now I just started, so I can't really give an opinion on what I'm doing yet because it's just orientation. However, being there over the weekend made me realize how important the club program is to families and to keep loved ones at home longer and very safely and in a loving environment. And I know with Alzheimer's and dementia that at some point you just can't deal with it anymore, but the club program really allows the caregiver that break so that they can continue to deal with what they have to deal with at home. And if I had my way and I could put space on the building, I would increase the time of the club to 5 days a week, because it is just after one weekend I realized that this program is phenomenal. I mean, I knew it was phenomenal, but the club is a great program, and I really think it needs to be offered more than twice a week, if I had my way. But I don't have my way.
I'm surprised there aren't any private companies that offer that kind of...
There are. But the problem with private companies is they're not in-house like our club program is. So the heat, the insurance, the electricity, the phone, the paper products, they're all in-house, covered by the Council on Aging budget. So our cost for the program greatly reduced so that it's affordable, that people can afford to send their loved one to the club program. Some programs are so expensive, you know, over $100 a day. And then if there's transportation, that's an additional cost. It makes it sometimes out of sight for some people, you know. So that's the thing about the club, because it's part of the COA, it's covered by, you know, the budget of the COA. It's affordable. So
It is a great service. I don't need it and didn't need it, but I'm lucky.
no, I know, but you know, you just never know if you're going to need it. You're never
And
going
I
to
know a lot of the people that have been in it.
Exactly. So yeah, I like, and that program will be, let me see, it started in 2012, so that will be 6 years it's been running at the center in March of 2018, March 20th. So great things, really great things at the center. So the newsletter, I actually got the newsletter online.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know if I said that. No, we
No.
didn't do last month, the month before, but yes, I did get the July-August newsletter online. And so the September newsletter, I'm going to try to get that online this week so that people can have it. But, you know, to be safe, I just say come in and sign up and have it delivered to your home. It's a $5 yearly kind of donation to have it sent to your home to help with the postage and a little bit of the toner. But because sometimes it's a real process. I have to call my website person, and he has to help me because I can't quite navigate all. I'm not technical when it comes to the computer, but I was so excited when we got that up on the
That's good.
website. So that's a great thing. And then we have some trips coming up. We have September 14th, which is going to be great. The Red Sox, I think they're in first place, right? They in first place?
As of now.
Okay. So September 14th, we're going to the Red Sox.
Who are they playing? Don't tell me the Yankees.
No, no, but we beat them. I think it's the Athletics, actually. So that'll be great. September 7th, we have a trip to Vermont to go to a couple wineries up there. So that'll be a fun afternoon. October 12th, we're going out to Webster Lake for a paddle boat cruise and lunch. December 31st, we're doing the New Year's at noon on the Odyssey.
Wow.
Oh, and before that, I just made arrangements to go to the Boston Pops on December 13th, Wednesday, December 13th.
That's fun.
Yeah, so we have some good day trips coming up. We had the folks go to Montreal August 9th through the 11th. They had a great time, and they came back. The feedback was, next time when we go away, we want to go for 3 nights or 4 nights. So we'll be looking at that for next year.
If I go to the Red Sox athletics game, is it okay if I cheer for the Athletics?
We're sold out.
Not because of their current tendency, but I grew up in Philadelphia, and my grandfather was a good friend of Connie Mack, who started the Philadelphia A's.
Yeah.
So to me, the A's are still the home team.
Yeah.
So no matter who they play, I always cheer for the A's.
All right.
Remember Mr. Mack?
It's like Mr. McKechnie, who comes in every Monday for a haircut. He's a big Yankee fan, so we always hear about the Yankees. But not today because they lost. So one of the things we do have often, just to kind of keep people's minds stimulated, we show these video classes from the great courses, and the one coming up that will start in September on the 12th, it's a Tuesday at 1:30, so it'll be every Tuesday at 1:30. It's the wisdom of history. So I think that'll be interesting, and it focuses a lot on, you know, the lessons. Are we learning from the lessons of the past to help us plan our future? So I'm hoping that there'll be some people that are interested in listening to the lectures for this video class. It's just a great way to get information out. I mean, you can't always have instructors come in, you know, weekly because, you know, the budget doesn't allow for that. So this is a nice way to get some of that information out that you might have a person speaking to, but much less expensive with the video class. So anyhow, that'll be happening on September 12th at 1:30. And then just a reminder that we have 2 elections coming up. So the center will be closed and there will be no club happening on Tuesday, September 19th. And then the date in October is Tuesday, October 17th. So Most of the programs are not happening at the center. It's you just have to check the newsletter to find out exactly what is going on and what isn't. But those 2 days, you know, nothing's in our exercise hall. It's just all
Not
voting.
even the bridge group?
Well,
Maybe?
maybe in October. Let me see what I did for Tuesday. Oh, I do. Tuesday the 19th, I just have a duplicate bridge and
Okay.
video class.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll probably be the same for October. And I don't know. Oh, we have September 20th. If anybody's interested in a day trip to Foxwoods, we have a Foxwoods trip on the 20th. It's $26 a person, includes your buffet lunch at the.
Pretty good deal.
Yep, and transportation. Bus leaves at 8:30. And I really think that's probably about it, but I would like to just repeat that January 6, 2018 is our 10-year anniversary in the building,
Yeah.
and we want to plan something special, and would love anyone's help in helping us to make that day special.
That's great.
Yeah.
The one thing, and I know I mentioned it to you before, I would love to have some kind of a symposium on religion. Like, I still go to church every Sunday, as
Yeah.
many people do, but I don't know the difference between a Presbyterian and Episcopalian or a Methodist. I don't know what the difference is. I'd love to know what's difference in each one.
So you find me the speaker.
But I don't know who would know that.
I don't either. So I don't either. Maybe we get all the churches to
But I'd
come
be
and do a
fascinated with
panel.
it. It'd
discussion.
be great. Get a rabbi and a priest and a couple of ministers from the different churches. I think, to me, it would be interesting. I don't know if I'm the only one. If you have people out there like the idea, let Roberta know.
Let me know. Well, and we'll work on that. Yeah.
You know, might
Maybe
be.
a panel discussion,
That's exactly
but not
right.
a debate. Just a
No, oh, absolutely not a
just
debate.
an information.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right,
because
right.
I've often wondered, what
Yeah,
is
I
the
don't know the
difference
difference,
between a
really.
Methodist and a Lutheran? I don't really know. I don't know, and I'm just curious.
Good suggestion.
Just curious. I may be the only nut out there, but don't forget, if you like the idea, let Roberta know.
Yeah, there
And
you
we'll
go.
See if we can find, I'm sure we could get a couple ministers to do it and get a rabbi to do it and a
Sure.
priest to do it.
Sure.
But I really think it'd be interesting.
Evening, afternoon. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe the evening might be bad, I'm not sure. Let's see
Okay.
what the people say, if anybody is interested in it,
Sure.
beside me.
Sure.
But I think I've got a lot to learn. I'm always curious,
Okay.
because I've gone to some Episcopalian services, and I swear I'm in the Catholic Church. It
Yeah.
seems so close.
So close.
It's a
Just
very,
like I think there's like two little things that are different.
very few differences, yeah, and differences in wording of some of the prayers, but
Yeah.
and I do know it's basically the Pope, et cetera, that goes on. I just finished listening to, since I can't read anymore, I just finished listening to the Wives of Henry VIII.
Oh,
And that was fantastic.
Interesting.
That was really a great read.
Oh.
And that's kind of picked up my interest in the religion again.
Oh yeah, interesting. All right. Well, we'll work on that.
That's good, just a thought.
Okay. Like those thoughts. Good.
Do you have anything else to tell the people this week?
Don't fall. That's it.
Even though fall's coming.
That fall. Yes, yes. Oh, and so fall is coming, and we're having a harvest dance on Saturday, October 16th. I have a great DJ who came this summer. He played fabulous music. And so that's 7 to 10 on Saturday the 16th. So if you're out there and you want to come to, you like to dance and haven't danced for a while, come in, and it's $10 a person, and we'll be selling tickets shortly.
Will there be bus service for those that don't drive?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, definitely.
Because I know I'm not the only one without car keys. So.
Nope, a lot of people without car
Yeah.
keys. But that's okay. We try to keep people as independent as we can with our
And it helps,
vehicles.
it really does help a lot.
Yep, good, excellent.
Okay, well, thanks, Roberta.
You're welcome,
We'll-
man.
we'll
Glad to
see,
be here.
See you again in 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, depending on
Yeah.
our schedules.
Sounds great.
And we'll do it again and see what's coming up beyond later in the fall.
Perfect.
Okay, and thank you for coming, Roberta, and you people out there, thanks for watching Medfield TV. And if you have any ideas for that program that I mentioned or anything else, give Roberta a call at the Senior Center, at the center. 3665 is the number, 359 first, of course, and just ask for Roberta. You press 4 when you get in. She's number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4. But thank you for watching Medfield TV.
preceding was a production of Medfield TV, Community Shows.